Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to work on a Python code, and in this video we are going to work on a Todo application. So this is going to be a simple beginner tutorial. So in this we are not going to do much, but we are just going to create a simple Todo application which is going to be just on console, which means that we have to interact with the application via console. And in the later part of this series which I'm going to create, we are going to work on a desktop based application where we are going to create a GUI interface basically. So this is going to be a part 1 of this series, and in the part 2 we are going to work on enhancing this application. So before we move on to the actual code, if you are new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. Now let's work on the code. Alright, so there are going to be 4 operations basically which we do. So when I say 4 operation, I mean add, edit, delete and show. So these are the basic 4 operations that we are going to do in this video. So first thing first is that we want to ask user to what does he or she want to do. So this is going to be like user action, and here we are going to just print what do you want to do, and we can just say add, edit, delete, show. So these are the 4 operations basically which we can do with the application. But what if I just want to exit the application? In that case I'll just do or exit. So this message signifies that what does he want to do, but how he is going to do it. So here we will just say add, edit, delete, show or exit. So this basically means that whatever you want to do, just type this keyword and you are good to go. Alright, so this is we are going to get in the user action variable. Now this is going to be in a while loop because I just want this loop to be continued till we actually type the exit keyword, right? So this is that, and now let's say user prompt. So if the user types exit, in that case we will just break out of this for loop. And before actually breaking out, we can print something signifying that you are done or you are good to go. So we can say thank you for using the application, bye bye. Alright, so this is a simple thing that we have done till now. So if I just try to run this, alright, so I think we did something wrong. Okay, so instead of print we had to do input here. So now if we run this again, alright, so now it is asking me what do we have to do. So let's say add, and it didn't do anything, which is good. And if I say exit, okay, it didn't do anything, and did, and now it did, because we are also adding a space to it, which is why it is working incorrectly. So let's do one thing, let's strip the space. Alright, and let's format this a bit. Okay, let's try again. So now it is coming at the next line, and if I say add, it is not doing anything, exit, and it exited. Okay, so this is good, this is working fine. So one of our functionality is working fine. Now let's work on our add operation. So coming down to case add. Now what do we have to do here? So first we have to ask the user to type something like whatever he wants to add to the list that he needs to type, and we need to store it somewhere, right? Alright, so let's first add that structure. So that is going to be a list. So let's just say items, and this is a list. Alright, let's delete this. Okay, so now let's prompt the user to provide something. So this is going to be an item. Input provide the to-do to add, and again /n, and when the user actually types something, then we just need to add it to our items list. So items dot append item. Afterwards we will just print item has been added. Alright, so if I want to see that my add functionality is working fine or not, I need to implement show, right? So show, and here what I want to do, I simply just want to print my entire list of items. So this is simple. We will use for loop for item in items and print item. So now let's run this again, see if it is working fine or not. So let's say add. Now it is asking me provide the to do to add. So here we will just say drink tea. So it says item drink tea has been added, and it is asking me again to do something. So I'll just say show, and here it says drink tea. Alright, so it is working fine. Let's exit. One thing to note here is this item drink tea has been added. This is a bit hard to read because item is being comprised in between the sentence. So what I will do is I will simply add a single quote here just to improve the readability. Now this is working fine, and we are done with add and show. Now what we need edit. So for edit, what do we need is we need to provide an index, and indexing starts from 0, and we as a human, we just count from 1, right? That is a habit. So we need to subtract that input argument with -1, that we have to do. Now here we have only one to do here, so it is easy to say like this is number 1, but let's say if there are 141 items to this, so I cannot count all this. I need some numbers so that I can see basically like what number this is. So let's improve our show method to print the indexing as well, and for that we have a simple method enumerate, which we are going to use here. So here I'll just say enumerate, and let's enclose this, and along with item I need an index, which is basically going to be the numbering that we need. So this is going to print our item, and we need index as well. So index. Alright, now let's see if it is working fine. So let's say add, and let's say testing show method, and let's say show. Okay, so this is coming in the wrong order. I mean index is coming at the end. So what do? We basically replace this with index and then item. Let's run this again. Alright, and drink water, and let's say show. So this is coming 0 and drink water. That is good, right? Now what do we need is this is 0th index, and we don't start counting from 0. We always count from 1. So we'll simply do index plus 1 here, and that's good. Now if I stop this, 1 second, if I stop this and run it again with few more to do's, so add drink water, add workout, and now let's say show. So now it is working fine. This is what we need, right? Now I can work on the edit functionality. So let's exit from this and let's create a new case. So here what do we need is, we will ask user to provide the number of the to-do item that she wants to delete. So let's say if the user wants to delete this number 2, so he needs to provide this number, and then we will prompt after deleting this item that this item has been deleted, and then he can type show again to see if it has been deleted or not, right? So let's do that. So here we will just say index equals input, and this is going to be enter the index to be deleted. Okay, let's change this. Enter the index of to-do item to be deleted, and he will provide the number 2, but we have to delete the number 1 actually, right? So we'll subtract this with 1. Why -1 is because Python works from 0, we work from 1, but we have to compensate on this. So when I'm incrementing index 1, we have to subtract 1 so that we actually see the number that it is actually showing us. So if we had not done this index plus 1, that in that case this workout was index 1, right? So that's why we had to do -1 here. Now we just have to delete this, not delete, basically we need to edit this. So to add it, basically I'll prompt user again to provide a new to-do item, right? So I'll just provide user with new item equals to input provide the updated item. All right, now he'll provide the new item. Basically he will provide the new item here. Did I do /n? Okay, now we need to update this item. So for this we will just do items and then the index equals to new item, and at the end we will just print item at index has been updated. All right, so good to go. Now let's test this out. Let's run it again. Okay, and drink coffee and work out. Now let's say edit, enter the index of to-do item to be deleted. So here I'll just say 2. So it says, oh okay, this is my bad, unsupported operand. So what's happening here is line 19, it says we are trying to do something which we shouldn't. So first we need to parse it to int, and then we can subtract it. All right, so let's do this again. Run and drink something and blah blah Now let's add it, enter index 2, provide the updated item. So here I'll just say workout instead of blah blah. So it says item and index 1. So here if you see, this is the correct index, right? And we need to update this message as well with +1. Alright, now let's show, and here we can see drink something and work out. So this is working fine. Now one thing to notice here is this: every time when we run this application, we need to provide new to-dos, right? So it is going to store something till actually we are running this application. Once we exit the application, then it is going to square one once again. So this we will do, this will be work on it. So here we just need delete operation. So let's work on that first. So case delete. So here we have something common. So in edit we asked user to provide the index to be edited. Sorry, this has to be edited, my bad. Instead of this we will just say deleted, and that we were doing before in the edit. Okay, so deleted. Now again what I have to do is simply I just have to pop this out from the list. So items dot pop, and here I'll just say index, and then we will simply print the message that something has been done, has been deleted. Now let's try this. Add test show test delete, enter the index of to-do item to be deleted. Let's do 1, and item at index 1 has been deleted. So if I say show, it doesn't print out anything, right? So let's work on this one as well. Okay, exit. Alright, so what we need to do here is, if the list is not having anything, in that case we need to print out something, right? So here let's do if len items equals 0, nothing in to-dos. Alright, good enough. So let's run this again. So initially this items list is going to be of length 0. So if I just type show, nothing in to-dos. So this is working fine. Okay, so bye is wrong. I am having a bad day today. Okay, so this is working fine. Now we have completed all of our operation. Now like I was saying before, this application isn't actually storing anything, and we need to store it, right? So for that what we will do is we will create a file todo.txt, and it is going to write something like this for you, and this file is obviously readable, but you can also read it through your application, and that is the usual way, right? Now let's use this file. Okay, so first thing first is I don't need this list anymore because I'm going to read it from the file. So here I am appending it to items, but I don't have any items yet. So for that what I will do is I will read all the items from the text file, which is this todos.txt, and for this we will simply do with open the file name todos.txt, and what do? We want to read this file, and we will open this file as file, and then we will read it into items file dot read lines, and we are good. So now it is going to actually append to item, but now we have to write to this file again. So this is actually overriding the file. So let's say till here we have only these two items, and afterwards I added a new item. So now this items is being comprised of 3 to-dos, right? And then I just want to replace the existing txt with these 3 to-do items, and that is what we need to do. So here I'll just do something like this with open todos.txt, write as file, and here we will do file dot write lines, and we will provide the items list, and afterwards we will just print items has been updated. Now when it comes down to show, what we do is we don't get directly a list, we first have to read it. So we'll just copy this because this is going to be a common thing. So first we are going to read from the text file, afterwards we will check if the length is 0 or not. In that case we will print this, otherwise we will just print every element like this. So this is okay. Now coming down to edit, after getting the index and after getting the new item, I need to update to the items list. So again I need the items list. So here I just do this here. Alright, and once it is done updating, I just have to put the write operation. So this, and yeah. Now coming down to delete, we just need to do this thing again. So read and then delete, or read and write. So first read and then write. So I hope this part is pretty simple for you. If not, do let me know in the comment section. So this is it that we had to do. Now let's try to run this. Let's see if it is working fine or not. So first thing first is we are going to click on show. So if you see this, you can see both of the elements along with the spaces. So why is that? So when we actually add something, so let's say if I add something here, let's say drink coffee. I love coffee. Okay, so drink coffee has been added, and now if I do show, so if you see there is an extra space here, and if I do add again drink water and let's say show, so if you see this is something wrong, right? Let's update this format a bit. So once we write to the file, we have to do something. Alright, so what do we need to do here is we need to update this item, and let's strip the new line character. Now let's exit from here and run this again. Okay, so show. So this is wrong because in the file itself this has been added like this, right? So drink coffee, but if you see here the spacing has been corrected, right? So one thing is done right. Now let's delete from here, save this, and let's show it again. So now if you see, it is working fine, but let's not put our hopes high. Let's add drink water again and show. So if you see, this is not appending correctly. So now let's look at why this is not working fine. Alright, so now let's run this in a debug mode. Alright, so let's click on add, and we are in the debugging now. So it is asking me to provide something, so again I'm just going to say workout. Now it is coming to read the file, and so in the items list, if I see, you can see pick up, eat, and then this one, right? Now it is going to append it. So let's see how items list is looking right now. So now this is working fine, and if we write this file again and print this out, so we are done. Now prompting again, click on show, and it is reading the items list again. Now in the items, what do we see? So see here, in these two we have a /n at the end, but here we are not having a /n, or the new line character basically, which is why this is appending it to the existing items, right? So what do we do here? So here, when we are actually getting the item and providing the item, so here we need to append something. So here simply do something like this, and now let's delete this line, save it, and now let's run this again. So add, provide the to-do to add, so workout, now show. So here we have show workout. So now let's add again, and let's say drink coffee and show. So now if you see, this is working fine, right? Now let's try to delete one. So now it says enter the index, so let's say 1, and let's do show, and now we have 3 items only. Now let's do add it, and here I'll just say 2, and instead of workout I'll just say workout daily, and then show. And okay, so added operation we need to update. Okay, good enough. Let's exit. So in added we need to do the same thing. So when we are actually replacing the new item, so either we can do /n here, or you can do something like this, right? So whatever works for you. Now let's do this again, but let's replace this to its old format, something like this, so that I don't have to do it again. Okay, so let's run this. Hopefully it is going to work fine. So first let's do show. Okay, so 3 things, and number 2, okay, number 2, first we need to do edit, and then number 2, provide the updated item, workout daily has been updated, show, and there you go. So this is working fine, and let's exit. So this is what I wanted to show in the part 1 of this series. In the second part of this series, I'm going to create a GUI interface where we are going to create a desktop or standalone based application. So if you like this, do press the like button. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. And if you have anything or any feedback that you want me to give, then also let me know in the comment section. So this is it for this video. I really hope that we will meet in some another video. Till then, have a good day, stay happy, and bye bye.